Hello indie game fans! Following a smaller week of new indie game releases, they are back with a vengeance this week with quite the lineup, where we are in full swing with spooky season with a number of horror games among the other fantastic titles in this edition of indie gaming this week. Let's begin with Critadel, a roguelite platformer that I just covered in a recent video, being a sci-fi entry with 3 playable characters. It comes to us from a 3-person South Korean developer, so it's always nice to see more games from that country. I think that the action, and of course, the pixel art looks fantastic, so I'm waiting to see what their unique hook will be. Alright, I give up. Indie developers have got me again with yet another golf game that piques my interest, with the example being A Little Golf Journey, one that looks very chill due to the low poly art. You're playing golf in beautiful little dioramas, some of which can be quite unconventional, including in space, with environmental secrets as well, so this could be something neat.
Welcome to Crown Island. Here, dangerous monsters roam free. In a world where ancient evil forces are threatening to return, you must tame and breed the strongest monsters in order to stop the return of the tyrannical Philosopher Kings.
I'm pretty excited to share that the monster taming RPG Monster Crown will release out of early access this week, a title that all monster taming RPG fans should check out, since they have some innovative ideas around breeding and the tone and story of this game that is different from Pokemon.
And fight it out using your monsters! Or help out citizens in need of assistance. Search different environments to discover different monster species. Fight them to become stronger, or offer them a pack to join you. Each monster is unique and has its own statistics and battle moves. Only through breeding and transforming your monsters can you unlock their full potential. There are over 1,000 monster species to breed and transform using special magical items. Create your strongest crossbreed and take on the evil forces of Crown Island together. Since monsters are not the only dangerous entities around here. Amidst this chaos, our hero must make decisions which could make them a savior or a dark messiah.
If you love city builders like me, I'm sure that Settlement Survival will be something of interest to you, a very classic medieval entry which is inspired by Banished. Of course, it's not the first title to claim to do so, and to live up to that title is a big ask given its popularity even today, despite being released in 2014. I think that the low poly look here works for this game as well, with what looks to be some in-depth research and progression systems, and in line with genre norms these days, will be an early access title. But get in if you love contributing to the community as this game develops.
We are the new searchers.
We may not always seek the same things, or even be on the same journey.
Bound by shared moments of wonder.
After a little bit of a delay, one of the most impressive indie games in development will launch in early access this week in Book of Travels. This is a self-styled TMORPG, or Tiny Multiplayer Online RPG, where you play as a wanderer in a world known as the Braided Shore. While there is combat and exploration, it's more about journeying through the world, where you may occasionally run into other players, being able to communicate through symbols and not words, with a fantastic art style as well, so of course I'm in.
Deep, dark place.
We are the new searchers. And if this is but a dream, then so be it.
For dreams strung together make better worlds.
Goddamn hellhole!
Just one bigger title this week with the hotly anticipated The Good Life, a detective adventure game where you play as a photographer investigating a strange mystery in a little town in England, where the residents turn into cats and dogs at night. Amid this backdrop is a murder mystery, which of course our heroine is drawn into, coming to us from Japanese developer White Owls, headed up by Swery65, best known for the Deadly Premonition games, which are an acquired taste, but there should be some interesting ideas here, even though I'm not really feeling the look of this game.
What the hell? This can't be happening. Woohoo!
Lobster!
William! Huh? What the hell?
This is Dr. Williams of Sector 6.
Spooky season kicks off with Chasing Static, a first-person psychological horror game set in rural Wales, where you're investigating mysterious disappearances of villagers in a town, where the highlight has to be the PS1 era aesthetics.
Since the last manifestation, reading unprecedented noise in the upper limits of 30 megahertz, bearing 260 to 280. We lost sight of the echo. It's like it's toying with us. 3 days we've been chasing this thing across the moors. I'm fine. We're both fine. If anyone can hear us, we made it to the bunker. Sam, something happened. I told him not to go. Please, shut it down. Please.
I had my eye on ElecHead after watching one of those online showcases focusing on Japanese indie games, where this puzzle platformer centered around electricity and where you can throw your head looks very cleverly designed. If you love Diablo-style action RPGs, Eternium may be up your alley, where it certainly looks like Torchlight to me. But do be warned, this is a free-to-play game with in-app purchases, which I believe is being ported over from mobile, so make of that what you will. Co-op games can be quite interestingly designed, where Get Together, a co-op adventure, is a puzzle platformer with a great look and does look like fun with a friend. One of the hidden gems of the side-scrolling strategy/survival space is the original Grim Knights from 2018, with its sequel Grim Knights 2 launching this week, so if you love titles like Kingdom, do check this one out. I have a soft spot for city builders, where InfraSpace is one such title this week, a sci-fi entry with an amazing look, with a focus on the roads and transport network, which could be interesting.
Yes, the moment has arrived. Welcome home, Junkman. Will you do something for me? Process and sell junk using machines. You'll be able to make big earnings in a short time.
First-person simulators have a funny way of blowing up in popularity, but the next title that looks like it has the potential is Junkyard Simulator, one which is self-explanatory, where scrapping things in this game actually looks pretty fun, making it one to watch.
Use vehicles to complete tasks faster. Move around. Help yourself with a scrap car. A spacious crate lets you carry many items at a time. Take orders from clients. Many tasks wait for you that will help you better explore the world of Junkyard. Upgrade, assemble, and sell cars, or keep them as a souvenir in your garage. Some vehicles are very rare. Don't be afraid to explore. Enjoy. Oh, nice! Even I felt that one.
I just covered Mad Streets in my video on upcoming brawler or beat-em-up titles, and it is already launching on Steam this week, where this physics-based local multiplayer brawler simply looks like fun. One of the most fascinating entries of the week is Midnight Protocol, the self-described tactical, narrative-driven RPG with keyboard-only controls, where you play as a hacker trying to uncover why you got doxxed and who is behind it, coming in at a close number 11 among the best titles of the week. I mentioned the deck building roguelite Nadir in a recent video as well, where they are putting out a free prologue demo titled Slay the Six, with influences and inspirations stemming from Dante's Divine Comedy, so see what the mechanics are like in this game. I don't usually cover visual novels, but ever so often, one catches my eye where the art of Not It, Spookiest Edition does look appealing, and it's a spooky entry set in a cursed town, making it perfect for the month. Another genre not often seen on this channel is the classic point-and-click adventure game, but the title of interest here is Occult Crime Police, one where our main character is a sheriff in a small town called in to investigate a murder on a government base with something supernatural lurking in the shadows. Another horror game that makes the cut is Poppy Playtime, a first-person entry set in an abandoned toy factory, where of course the creepy toys are alive with a monster or two lurking in the dark as well, but the first-person puzzle game focus with the grabby hands seems to be of interest. I just covered Ruin Raiders in my video on upcoming tactics titles as well, where this XCOM-like entry with a roguelite twist looks pretty decent. The original Soundodger from 2013 was pretty popular, so the developers are back with the sequel 8 years later. This is a bullet hell avoider map where projectiles are generated based on the music that you put in, with this sequel having new tracks, challenge modes, a level editor, and seems to be rebuilt under the hood for 2021.
We are the last remnants of humanity. When the moon cast its last light, the earth was devastated. Our last hope, the flying cities.
Another city builder of the week that looks interesting is Spear Flying Cities, another sci-fi entry where you're building a flying city with a dome to shield humanity from dangers, looking like Airborne Kingdom but sci-fi and should be of interest.
Below lies the burial ground of our achievements.
The developer of Stolen Realm did reach out to me, where having taken a look, I think that it looks like a pretty decent turn-based tactics title set on a hexagonal grid, but what I'm not loving is that exact same asset pack of characters that so many games are using, which gives it a generic feel.
Hi, I'm the developer, and my game tERRORbane is so perfect you don't actually need to see it, so this trailer is over. We're done here, bye.
Finally, tERRORbane is a meta RPG that some of you were interested in when I last covered pixel art JRPGs, releasing a prologue demo titled An Introduction, mostly, to get a taste of this trippy RPG.
Okay, there's still a few bugs in here, but why don't you take a different path? Don't worry, guys. I'll fix everything with the day one patch.
Let's kick off the top 5 with Lumion, a precision platformer title that looks pretty intense. The beautiful art does remind me of Ori and the Blind Forest, with some elements of Celeste, and Hollow Knight Path of Pain as well, looking like it could be a challenge. A title that I have my eye on is Gladiator Guild Manager, a management sim that has you recruiting and battling with gladiators with a fantastic look, and I'll leave you to the developer.
Start with a small guild, grow, and push your way to conquer the ultimate arena championship. Use any opportunity to gain resources and grow your team. Help different factions.
We need your help, my lord. The Church of the Dead has risen our ancestors from their graves and turned them into ghouls. Many thanks, my lord.
Our efforts to raise a particular corpse in the ancient temple are being thwarted.
A blighted, swimming undead yeti just broke through the city gates.
Compete in various types of battles. With resources you earn, expand your guild. Hire new types of gladiators. Buy powerful items. Win ever more challenging championships.
A roguelite auto-battler that I've had my eye on for quite a while finally releases in early access with Despot's Game, one that looks to have an impressive amount of customization for your units, where you can equip them with a variety of weapons and hats as they battle their way through the dungeon. Needless to say, I'm a fan of the pixel art, and given that it's from developer Confa Games, whose previous title, Despotism 3K, was something that I quite enjoyed, definitely makes this a title of interest. I'm a big fan of developer DYA Games, due to what else than their pixel art, so I'm happy to share that their next title, the survival horror game Evil Tonight, will be launching this week as well. It looks similar to the early Resident Evil games, but where you play as an exorcist sent to cleanse an abandoned performing arts school with the expected combination of action and puzzling. This developer's pixel art is excellent, with their earlier titles like Bot Vice and Strikey Sisters really impressing me, where they've turned their talents to making grotesque monsters, which is pretty effective here, making it perfect for the season.
Riftbreaker Ashley, please report. Begin field-based setup.
The Riftbreaker was high on my list of indie games to watch in October, since I think that it looks like one of the most fantastic games of the month, being one part Diablo, one part Factorial, and one part They Are Billions.
There's a large hostile infestation nearby.
Kill it before it kills us.
You play as a scientist in a mech suit with a variety of weapons, having to build bases and extract resources from alien planets while fending off enemies.
Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit.
The art is top-notch, which, combined with the swarms of enemies that the game can support, does lead to some pretty epic battles.
Base is under attack.
We're ready for them.
In a nice twist, this will not be an early access game and will be launching on Game Pass as well, so if you do have that, this is a no-brainer to check out, with it possibly being Game of the Year material as well, taking the #1 spot. For more Diablo-like games, watch these videos and I will see you after the jump.